Hello, this is just learn me here, the code it for aeternity ækiti. And in this tutorial video, we'll begin to create the front end for the D app that will wrote a smart contract for in the last tutorial, which is our book library app itself. So now I've created a particular folder here. I just called it book library, and I'm on VS Code presently. And I created a file and I call it index.html file here. So I'll begin to code the front end for the book library now. And now, just if you're with me here, when you write HTML, just do this, click on this HTML :5 here, and to give you a little bit of support so that your page comes out well and looks responsive. So yeah, let's just write for this title here, let's come here, let's write book library app. Yeah, good. So let me come here, let me do this file, let me put an auto save so that the minute I'm typing I don't need to be clicking on Ctrl S again. Good. So we have this now. So now let's come to our body now. Let's now begin to actually code the book library. So the first thing we'll actually be using is a div, and I'll give it the class of header. Class is equal to header, header, and I'll close the div. Good. So in this div, which this is actually represents our header, will have a paragraph element. Now just make paragraph elements. You can choose any one that you like, and it will actually say the name of the app itself, which is book library app. Yeah, good. So next we will also need another div. Now this div will represent what our navigation drawer will look like. So that's it's going to be like an hamburger icon that you can click on to actually give you more options. So let me do this. Yeah, good. So there will be 3 divs. So I'm going to actually create this by ourselves here. 3 divs. So I'm using plain CSS here. There will be 3 divs here. Div, then div. Good. So right here I will give this div an ID of nav toggle. ID is equal to nav toggle nav -toggle. Good. Then I'll give it a class of nav toggle too. Let's just use the ID itself. So now, okay, so we have this now. So let me come to my browser. Let me come to the file first. So let me open it in my browser and let's see how what it actually looks like in the browser. Okay, so what happened? Okay, I'll Google Chrome. Okay, good. Okay, so we have this presently. Okay, so let's before we begin to even actually style anything, let's create a template of what our body will actually look like too. So for our body, we will have another options, div, which would actually slide in. So I'll give it a class. Let me just put an ID is equal to header dash options. Good. Now in this header options div itself, we'll have the 2 options that when one click on the hamburger icon, you can actually see. And one of them will be paragraph element, which I'm going to embed an anchor element in. It's going to say add book. Good. Then another one will be another paragraph element, should also be an anchor element soon. And it's going to say book list, because I want to see the list of books that has been added to the blockchain itself. Good. So let me see what this looks like in the listing. Good. So let me now begin the styling of my header and this nav drawer now. So now I'll come here. Now I'm going to use inlines here. I'm going to use style CSS here. So rather than creating a new file and name it css.css and stuff, then importing it, for now I will create my CSS in the header, in the head tag itself, just so that we can be faster and we don't need to be switched too much in between files. So I'll say dot header now, but I would at the end of the tutorial video I'll put it inside a CSS file to make the whole project cleaner. But just for the sake of speed now, let's actually do this. So in dot header, the first thing I will do is I'll give it a width of 100%. Good. Because I wanted that, I'll give the position of fixed, meaning that I do not want it to actually be out of the screen whenever the user scrolls down. So I still want it to appear in the screen. I'll give it a margin of 0px. Margin of 0px. Then the lot of styles I'll actually give it. Let's give it an height of 55px. Let's give the background color. Color, and let it be hash 72960. 72960. It's like it's supposed to give us something like a pink color. Hash 729 hash f72960. Sorry, hash f72960. Yeah, so it's also something like pink color. Good. So let's check our code now. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, good. Okay, good. So we have something like this. But there's this margin here and there's this margin here, and we don't actually want that to be. So for that, we can just come and say top colon 0, and let's see what that looks like now. Yeah, good. And I can say left colon 0, but at the same time, so rather than doing this, you could just come here and say body, because that's because of the default margin on the body, margin colon 0. Good. So if let's say I'm to remove this now. Although we'll still add this though, but let's see now. Let's see. Control R. So margin colon 0. So now I'll say top colon 0 now. Top colon 0. So we do not get the margin by the left any longer. So I'll say top colon 0. Good. So with that we should have something better now. Control R now. Good. So we have this presently now. So now also right here too, I would actually specify that it should have a display of flex, because there's going to be an element here too. No, that's where our hamburger icon will be. So I'll say display be of type flex. Good. Now just so that you can see the div, which is going to represent like our nav drawer itself. So I will quickly create some styles for it now. So I named it nav toggle. So I'll say hash nav dash toggle. Sorry. Hash nav dash toggle GGLB. Then I'll do this. Good. And I'll come down here. Then this nav toggle is going to just then there's a div. Okay, there are 3 divs here, so I'll say div. I'll access the div under the nav dash toggle, and I'll give it a width of 30 pixels. At the same time too, I'll give it a border of 1 pixel, so that can have that line and stuff. 1 pixel solid, then color white. Good. So it's supposed to be a colon here. Good. So the margin bottom, I'll give the margin bottom of 10px, and there will be a space between it and the other items. So let me control R now. Good. So now can you see it here now? Good. So when I come back here now, now if not for this display of flex, it will have appeared probably under. So let me show you guys that actually. Control R. Good. So now it's right here actually, and you cannot even see it. But when I come back and I give it a display of type flex, FLEX. Good. So it's going to appear beside it now. Now the next thing is that I'm going to need to give it a justify dash content, and I'll give it space dash between, space CE dash between. Good. So there will be a space between these items. So control R now. Okay, let's see. Okay, so you can see it right here actually. So I'll come back to my this thing again, and I will also come and I will specify that the say dash index property of my header should be, let's give it an index of 5 now actually, so it appears above other files, and let's give it a border soon, so that there is going to be little difference between it and whatever slides down. Solid 2px, then hash f72960. Good. So we actually have So now we can see our HTML file now, and it looks like this presently. So one thing we should do is, okay, there's a space between this book library API and this nav or hamburger icon here. So we can also make sure that they are centered inside the header itself, like vertically and inside the header. And also that will come here and give them an align dash items now. Align dash items of type center. Good. Now that should do the magic of. Okay, good. Now so they are like this now. So let's begin to come into these individual elements. Now our header, there's actually a paragraph, so I'll say dot header, then p. Good. Then right here I would say margin dash left of 10%. Good. Then I will give it a color of type white. Good. So now let's see how this thing is actually looking. Good. Okay. Now let's increase the font size and let's give the font width of bold. So I'll say font size colon 22px. Then I'll give the font width of bold. Good. So now we have this now. Let's come here now. Let's refresh. Good. So we have this. So now this actually looks cool. So at the same time, so let's come to our nav toggle. So I'll say hash nav dash toggle. And I'll do this too. Next here I would say let's give the margin right soon. Margin dash right of 10%. Good. And let's see how that works well for us now. So I'll come in now. I'll come to my distance file and I'll say Ctrl R. Good. So I think this works also. Okay, let's add a cursor of type pointer to our nav toggle. Cursor colon pointer. Good. So that when you touch it, you will see a pointer there. So let's come there now. Let's Ctrl R. Good. So now there's a pointer here. Yeah, good. So we have our header now up and working. Yeah. So now let's move into the next thing on our list, which is this header dash options here. So now right here I'll create an header dash option. I'll say dot header der dash options. And this is going to be sliding down too, and anytime you click on that particular hamburger icon, you want to actually see it display even when you scroll to the bottom or something. I have the position of type fixed. Good. Then now the height of our header is 55px, so I want it to be 55px from the top. Good. Then okay, let's see what it looks like presently. Ctrl R. Okay, let's see dot header dash options. Okay, let's see what's wrong. Okay, so it's an ID, not a class actually, so this should not be dot, this should be hash. Okay, yeah, good. So let's come here now. Okay, now so you can use it now. So let's give it the same background color. So it's going to actually slide down, so it's going to look, it's going to actually be an animation. Let's give the same background color here too. Then also too, let's give the width of 100%. Width of 100%. At the same time too, let's give the z-index of 3. Good. So now let me come here now. Let's see now. Good. So now we have this now. Awesome. So the thing is that we need to now actually style the individual elements inside our header dash options. But from here we can actually just give a font size of 20 pixels. 20 pixels. So everything that's going to apply here will actually be 20 pixels. Then at the same time too, let's now come here now. Let's begin to style the paragraph elements in our header dash options div. So I'll do this now and I'll come out. It says P, then this. Good. So best thing I'll actually touch there is their color. I want their color to be white. Their color be white. I also want the font weight to actually be normal, so it's not as thick as the text that says book library. Then the margin left should be 10%, so that it's the same thing as the text, starts at the same position that text now either starts. Then the cursor should be of type pointer. Good. Cursor column pointer. Good. So and then okay, yeah, good. So now we have this now. So we have this now. We have this. Good. Very, very good. But is that we only want these stubs now to show when someone clicks on this hamburger icon here saying add books. Now how do we achieve that? We can actually, because we only want these things to show when somebody click on this particular icon here. So how do we actually do that now with plain CSS? And we can actually do that using an animation. So it's possible that we play an animation when somebody clicks and this thing just slides down here. So for that, let's create, I'll be creating the animation responsible for that now. So right here in my style.css, or inside this my style, I'll create a dot open dash nav. Good. So by open dash nav, it's actually going to have an animation dash duration. And the duration is going to be 500 milliseconds. At the same time, it's going to have an animation name, animation dash name, and let me make it open nav so that it makes a bit of sense. Good. So now let me quickly style the animation itself. So I'll say at keyframes, open nav. Keyframes open nav. Good. So now how an animation works is that you actually state what you want it to be at 0% and 100%. So it will actually map 0% and 100% over this duration that I've specified here. So now I will say at 0%, I want a, so let's see now 0% now. So after 0%, I want a transform colon, we translate y now, translate y of minus 100%. Good. Then at the same time too, let me come out of here now, I also want that at my 100%, this stuff will revert to a transform colon of translate y 0. So 0 represents the physical position of that particular object at that particular time. So now 100% will take it up. Now one thing you must discover is that in computer graphics, the computer begins to count pixels on the screen down. So this can be 0, 1, 2. So this is a little bit different from the way we see it done from our graphs or something where you count 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. The computer counts 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this position of stuff is 0. If we take it to minus 100%, we actually go up. If we take it to 100%, we actually come down from the normal position. Good. So now, since I'm here now, what I will do is first to actually test this stuff if it actually works. Let's just come here. Let's come to this edit dash options now, and let me give it a class of LSS is equal to open. So I didn't call it open dash nav, right? Good. So let me scroll up now. So if things work well, we should actually see a small animation displayed there. Good. So did you see that actually? So that will be the open animation. Let me also create the closed animation. So I will say dot close dash nav nav. Good. So yeah, now in closed nav, I will make the animation duration again to animation dash duration, and I'll make it 500 milliseconds. Good. At the same time too, I would give it an animation name, animation dash name, or saying close nav. Good. So now I'll come here right here now. I would say at keyframes close nav. Good. And I'll do this. And I will say when it's at 0% now, when it's at 0%, I want it to have a transform translate. So I'll translate translate y means translate on the y axis, so which is actually going to be like this. So y axis, then z x axis like this, you understand? So we're going to translate from the position of 0, which should be the present position of the nav itself, of the navigation by itself. Then we're going to translate then 100%. You will translate it to minus, so transform again, and it will be translate y of minus 100%. Good. So let's see this now. So let me give this stuff a close So let's make this close -nav, closc -nav. So now let's come to our JavaScript, our browser, and let's refresh. So can you see it actually played the animation? It went up but it came back down again, because that's like the default value for the dash options. So the animation is not actually permanent. So can actually change that here by setting the animation -fill mode now. Animation -fill -mode. Then let's say tell it to forward. So now the animation will be permanent. Good. Now let me come here now and let's do this now. Let me refresh now. Now the animation is actually permanent now. Good. So what I want is that when you click on this hamburger icon here now, the animation should be played. So we would actually have to undo the on-click of that now using JavaScript. So I'll say script SmartContract. Good. Then I'll do this here. Then I'll create a function now. I'll say call it toggle napper. Then I'll do this. Then I'll do this. Then just for test purposes, I'll make a console.log clicked just to make sure I am successfully receiving the on-click of the nav by itself. Now I'll come here and I will say document.getElement by ID. Then I'll pass nav-toggle sheet. Okay. nav-toggle. Now say .add event list now. Yeah, so when you are clicked and you click, then just call the toggle napper function itself. Toggle napper. Good. So now I'll come to my console now. Let me do this and let me do Ctrl-Shift-I. Good. So let me click on this now. Let me refresh first. Let me click on this. Good. So it actually works. So you can easily click there. Good. So now by default my navbar is going to actually be closed. So I'll say let is open. I'll create a global variable. Let is open is equal to false actually. Good. So now I will now come here now and I will say, okay, when this navbar is clicked, if is open, that is, if is open is equal to true, then I'll say document dot get element by ID header dash options. Then what I will do is that I will access the class list here. Dot class list. Then I'll remove the class that says close -nav there. So good. Then right after this, so let me copy this line now. Just make things faster. I'll do this Ctrl-C. Good. Ctrl-V. I will add the class that says open-nav. OPN-nav. Good. So now that is if it's actually sorry, if it's actually open, I will remove open-nav and add close-nav. That's actually a mistake. Good. So now else, good. Then just copy this. Else is going to actually be the reverse of this. The reverse is going to be the case. Good. Ctrl-V. Then change this to close. And then change this to open. Good. So the thing is right here, I'll now make is open equal to false. Good. And right here I'll make is open equal to true. Good. So that you can effectively toggle everything. So now let's see if it actually works now. Okay, let's click on this. Okay, sorry, let's refresh. Good. So let's click on this now. So okay, yeah, good. So it's actually working as expected. So you click on it, toggle, click on it, that's how it comes out. Good. So we're able to go. So we created our navigation drawer now, and yeah, that's like half of the job we actually have to do. So